All praises and glory to Yahweh Shem Yashai. Shem Hakadash, Stavanis to the apostles of GMS. I want to tell the brothers that's doing this work. Lord willing, I want to make a video real quick on just something that just literally just happened. It's a spirit, because I'm leaving my apartment and shit. My neighbor, I'm leaving and going to my car. My neighbor, that's like literally right across from me. You know, he stopped me and, you know what I mean. We talked a couple times, but he's real friendly. He got him and his wife. He got a few kids, whatever. You know, they always been pretty friendly and stuff. They Muslim and shit. So, and he was saying like, because I live by myself and shit, and he was like, you shouldn't be alone because something bad happens. He just told me a story like, pretty much because he do truck driving and shit. I guess somebody was alone, they died, and they didn't even know. They found his body and all that shit. Alright. Thank you. But none of that, whatever. And he was like, pretty much, asked for my number and all that. He's like, pretty much his culture is pretty much to know each other. Like, we neighbors, we supposed to know each other and all that stuff. It's pretty much the culture of the East. Like, that's how people in the East should do. You know what I mean? And obviously their culture is very similar to ours because, we, what was it? Ishmael and Isaac were brothers, you know what I'm saying? So, of course we're going to have similar cultures, you know what I mean? Of course, a lot of Islam shit, of course Islam is off, you know what I mean? That shit is wicked, you know what I mean? Because they talking about Muhammad and all that bullshit, but it's very similar to ours, you know what I mean? Because, we was in the same area type shit, you know what I mean? So we all learned from Abraham, you know what I mean? But yeah, so it's very similar, you know what I mean? And he's right about that, you know what I mean? People should know each other like different, if you your neighbor, you should know your neighbor and stuff like that, because it could be a complete fucking like Jeffrey Dahmer living next to you type shit, you wouldn't even know. But today, people, just like Scripture said, the love of many shall rise cold. People don't even give a fuck about no other. Everybody just sticks to themselves, and sometimes you just have to do it. You know what I mean? Because people are just wicked. But it's good though seeing that sometimes. But anyways, it's good to see that. So like, at least some people have some type of standards. But anyways, and as we was talking about that, literally some guy pulled up. He looked like he was like from like whatever, Nepal or some shit. This nigga pulled up and he was just like staring at us and shit, and the dude was like, was you saying something to us or something, whatever, and he's like, yes, because it was crazy, because while he was talking first, we just seen a dude run across the damn thing, and I thought it was just like, cause I'm like, what the fuck? I thought it was just a nigga running, whatever. But then, like a minute later, somebody came past and was like, somebody stole my iPod and shit. And I was a spirit, cause we was literally just talking about that, like people, like, you know what I mean? You gotta have people that you know and shit. Cause people out here, something bad can happen to you, and then, you just through. Same thing with this dude. This dude, it's fucking 9 o'clock at night. This dumbass nigga came out here to sell his iPod to a random ass nigga you don't even know offline. At this late at night at fucking apartments. You know what I mean? The dude was saying like, bro, you should have went to like somewhere public, like Walmart or something. Like, why would you come to these apartments late at night by yourself too? At that, like that was stupid. But yeah, that was a spirit, man. How that happened was a spirit, man. We gotta be careful and know the people that's around you. You know what I mean? And that's why too the brotherhood is important. Imagine if everybody had that brotherly love, or type of moral, stuff like that, standard amongst themselves. These things wouldn't happen, because then everybody would know each other, and they'd be like, oh, that was this nigga, that was that nigga. But nobody knows each other because everybody sticks to themselves. Everybody don't like each other, all these things. But that's looking at things like this in life, man, just reminds you that the law is good. If everybody keep it, this world would be a hell of a lot better place, man. It wouldn't be no thieving and killing and, all this other bullshit. But now people don't have no shame. People just do all kinds of bullshit. Alright, but this is Romans 7. Slovakia. 7 and 12, it says, wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy and just and good. Alright. And, just talking to that dude, remind me of, to love your neighbor as yourself. And, of course, now that dude, he probably was, a heathen. But still, it's good to have some type of, standard amongst you and the people that you're around, your literal neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Because, my neighbor is an Israelite, man, but, you still gotta be careful of the literal neighbors that surround you. You know what I'm saying? It's good to have a pact and have a mutual agreement. You know what I'm saying? And, he was saying, like, yeah, it's part of our culture, if you make food to come and share it with each other and shit like that. I remember, working with a dude. He don't work there no more, but he's from Pakistan. We was cool, whatever. Like, every time, at lunch, he would always share his food. You know what I'm saying? Without any mean action. Like, he was just always, like, you can have my food. You can have some of this. I brought some food. You can have some of this, And even if I bought some food, like, he even tell me, like, he was like, like, you don't gotta buy this food, expensive ass food, bullshit. Cafeteria food, you can eat my shit. You know what I mean? And that's like, man, imagine everybody had that type of standard amongst themselves. Imagine if everybody, like the scripture says, treat people as you want to be treated. People, this world wouldn't be so fucked up like it is. But now everybody cares for themselves. Everybody fights and it's bullshit. Let me see. James said that. I think it's James 4. Let me see. James 4:1. For whence come wars and fightings among you? Come they not hence even of your lust that war in your members? Ye lust, and have not; ye kill, and desire to have, and cannot retain. Ye fight in war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not. So yeah, and I don't know if this is the one I really actually wanted, but that's good too, but imagine, the people, if they all fucking, didn't have to steal. There's laws in the scriptures that says for the poor, when you have a land, growing food and shit, you're supposed to leave some out for the poor, right? But now everybody's so to themselves, and it's like everybody said fuck everybody else. It's like these people gotta steal. Well, they don't got to, but they just, they got nothing else, so they just steal from each other. But imagine if everybody shared food and shit like that, man. Imagine how much money you would save. Even another law too, because you were talking about living alone. Even us, we get in that American mindset. You gotta live by yourself. Women will make fun of you. You still live with your parents and shit like that. But that's the scriptures. The scriptures tell you you're supposed to live with your parents until you get married. Then you can move out. Even sometimes then, even if you get married, you get a wife. You would sometimes Your wife would just live with you and your parents. And imagine how much money you would save. When you by yourself, you gotta pay all that shit by yourself. Hundreds and hundreds of fucking, really thousands. You know what I mean? A couple, you know what I mean? Well, I pay like probably like half, all together, all bills damn near $2,000 a month. That's some bullshit, man. Imagine if you had somebody live with your whole family. Imagine your father, your mother, your sisters, your brothers. Imagine all y'all living in one place, man. You will barely even have to pay anything in rent. Or however you want to split it. You can split it between two or whatever. But in this American mindset, you just all by yourself. Now you gotta bear all this burden by yourself. Now you through. Now you you know, getting a second job, man. If everybody lived by with with family and shit, you wouldn't have to have fucking two, three goddamn jobs, man. You know what I mean? But everything is through. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? You know, people still be at the house. Your mother, your sisters, your wife, they be at home cooking. You come home, that would save so much money. But Esau know what he's doing. He broke up family. He broke up, people. You know what I mean? So it's Israel fighting against Israel, family against family. So now you just stay broke. You spending hella money, I borrowing and all these other things from other people and shit. And now look at you, you through. All right. Let me see. I think that was it. I feel like there was another one, but yeah, I think that was it, man. But yeah, man, just seeing these things, man, just shows you. Just look at the lives of the people in the East, like some people on the other side of the world, like Africa and some parts of Asia and India and shit. Now of course they off. A lot of them is heathen. Some of them is Jake over there, but you can still see some of their some good parts about their culture that they keep and do, and you just compare it to this raggedy ass New York style fucking just American. It's just ugly, man. America's culture is just ugly. It's just disgusting. It is, man. And we used to think that this shit was good, but you see these other different cultures and obviously the scriptures, and then compare it to the scriptures and all these other things, you will see that, man. It's man. That these things are good, man. Matter of fact, let me see that scripture real quick. Should be in Psalms. The Lord really truly showed us wickedness, man. He showed us wickedness so that we can appreciate righteousness. And now that we see righteousness and all these other different things, it's like, man, we want and we desire it even more. Let me see. You know what I mean? Even in relationships and shit, like people, people in the West is starting to, desire, you know, the East mindset. Like, what I mean? How it's supposed to be virgins and multiple wives, submissive wives and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I remember speaking about a Muslim girl, a girl I tried to deal with and shit. And she obviously wanted to deal with me, but we both was, you know, she was a Muslim. She was still submissive to her father, which was a good thing. They can't, I guess Muslim people, I guess Muslim men, they can marry a non-Muslim woman, but a Muslim woman can't marry a non-Muslim man. So, she was all, you Muslim, you're not Muslim, can't, be together, whatever the case is. But man, it was just crazy, like just seeing the way she acted and have respect towards her father, which I don't see amongst Jake women. You know what I mean? It's just like damn, like that made me desire righteousness in the kingdom even more. Like that's just that I had to I was able to see at least a little bit of how the law should be done. But yeah, we still in this American mindset, and everybody's still in this American bullshit, and that's why everything is destroyed. This is Psalms 119 and 770 says 71. It says, "It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes." Okay, so it's a good thing that we fell and did all this wickedness, technically, so that we can learn righteousness. So now that we see all this, you know, the law, morals and stuff like that, see different countries having morals and have respect towards the elders and stuff like that, it makes us want to desire righteousness even more. All right. I wish everybody had that type of mindset, but of course they don't. These people are wicked, man. But the Lord one day will make it happen. The Lord will make this place bow to his will. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna keep the law. And all Israel's gonna be righteous, and these heathens they gonna follow us and live the way we want them to fucking live, and this world's gonna be completely peaceful. Alright, this lawlessness that Esau have, that shit gonna be destroyed. That way of living is gonna be taken out the way. Cause this shit is ridiculous, man. This shit is stupid, it's ridiculous. You got whores, you got prostitutes, you got people on drugs. And this is all due to people disobeying the law. If everybody obeyed the law, stayed in the house of a father and a mother, both, not just fucking one, okay? Feared the Lord, then it wouldn't be like this. People, you wouldn't have women out there selling their ass and shit, high as fucking can fucking be. It's through. Men out here being in gangs and shit like that. You wouldn't have all this bullshit. Alright? Anyways, hopefully with that is edifying, draw praise and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahshua B'Shem Dash to balance to the Pastor G. Meshach to the brothers in this word, the conversation.